Good evening as it is here in China, and welcome. This morning we had a wonderful semi-final, but 20 has been reduced to 6. It's time for the second final of the IFSC Boulder World Cups 2017, and we're live in Chongqing. Lying at the meeting point of the huge Yangtze and Jialang rivers, Chongqing has a long and varied history, with the first recorded settlement here appearing in 316 BC. However, it was not until the mid-20th century that the city really began to emerge as a powerhouse of industrial China. Between the 1940s and 1990s, the population exploded from 1 million to over 28, and that figure now stands at 32 million people, making Chongqing the most populous city in China. Home to some stunning new buildings, countless temples, and the famous Great Hall of the People from where the city is governed, Chongqing is the cultural and economic hub of the Upper Yangtze Basin. 2017 marks the IFSC's 6th visit here, and this is the first of 4 Chinese cities that will host a Climbing World Cup this season. And as in the semi-final, I've got Alex Kazanov alongside me. Excuse me, Alex. We had a fantastic semi, really dynamic, lots of different types of boulders. Which of the male climbers really stood out for you?
Well, I mean, all the Japanese were quite amazing to watch. I don't have like a specific favorite of the Japanese team, but they're extremely good to watch. Jongwon-chan is pretty strong as always. And Alexei Rubtsov
only just made it in Jongwon-chan as well on the last boulder.
Yeah, on the last boulder. And Alexei Rubtsov, as always, he knows how to concentrate and really needs it. I mean, he almost was out, and then the last third boulder, he flashed it and got in 6th place. So.
And you said he wanted to qualify in 6th. He got his wish. Over in the women's, it was the Yanya and Shauna show, but slightly more Yanya perhaps.
Yeah, of course, Yanya and Shauna are always the ones to watch, but Yanya this time really showed the best performance. You never know what's going to be in the final, but I mean, yeah, Yanya for sure dominated the semi-final. If the boulders will suit her, it'll be maybe more crimpy or more straightforward. Yanya will dominate this as well.
Well, we managed to grab a word with some of the female finalists earlier, starting with Yanya. Yanya, we have to walk because you have to get the bus back to the hotel, but just tell us how the semi-finals was. You looked in complete control.
Yeah, well, it's true. I was in complete control. I just had the perfect flow. I was really surprised after 3 flashes, so I was so excited for the last slab. And yeah, I had perfect flow, so I don't know what happened, but I just had clear mind, so yeah, it was really cool.
And why do you think that is? Are you enjoying being in a new continent? Is it a different scene? What is it that's made you feel so confident and relaxed?
Yeah, because it's a bouldering comp, not a lead competition. I'm more nervous in lead competitions than at bouldering, so that's because I was so relaxed. So I enjoy bouldering and I enjoy climbing, so yeah, that was the reason.
All right, well, enjoy your few hours at the hotel and we'll see you in the finals.
Thank you.
Stasha, we just caught you running for the bus. Tell us how it was today. You looked in great form.
Well, it started a bit confusing. On boulder 1, it was too late when I figured out what I actually have to do, and then I got too pumped. But then somehow, when I saw the 3rd boulder, I knew it was my boulder and that I'll do it, because I'm just amused by coordination in jumping dynamic boulders. It was totally my style, and then I got my motivation back and just crushed the last 2. And I'm so happy to be in finals now.
Well, it's your 2nd final in 2 World Cups so far this year. How do you feel going into this evening? You relaxed? You feeling any pressure?
No pressure. I just feel that I managed to confirm what I did in Meiningen, and that I'm actually here among all the other strong girls, and I'm really happy to be in finals, and I can't wait for the evening.
We can't wait to watch you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Akio, what were the boulders like today?
Yes, I did good performance today. Yes, yes, and China is also good for me.
Good day for you.
Thank you.
Alana, you made history this morning. First female Canadian finalist in any discipline in climbing. Now you're warming up for the speed. What a day.
Yep, it's been exciting. It's been an exciting day.
And you walked out, Boulder 1, did it first or second go. You looked strong from the start. How did you feel when you walked out?
Yeah, I felt confident. I felt ready. I knew that I had prepared really well, and I had a good warm-up and lots of support in ISO for me. I had a coach and a manager in here with me, which was awesome. Yeah, I knew that I was prepared. So.
And as we said, this is your first final. It's new ground for you. Do you just go in with no pressure?
Absolutely. I'm just so excited, like over the moon to be competing, let alone like, I'm so excited.
We can't wait to see you. Best of luck.
Thank you.
And the climbers are out on stage and the observation period is underway on the first boulder for both men's and women's. We were able to grab a word with some of the route setters earlier, Martin and Riney, to get a bit of a lowdown on the boulders. And you can see the climbers.
That's man number 1. It's like the steepest section of the wall. It starts with a powerful roof. Then you have the bonus and like a little tiner to the top hold. It's very short problem. It should be doable quite fast. We still have to test some things if this bonus hold or not, but yeah, we have some time and we will see.
You can see there, Shauna Coxey, like a good British climber, takes her umbrella everywhere. So that's the first boulders done. We will give you a bit more detail on the boulders in just a second. It's on to 2, which happily is both men's and women's are next to each other once again. And on the left, women on the right.
Two starts with a running jump. You go to the big black sloper and you don't. I hope you don't stop on it. You have to go very fast, left hand higher, and then you can stop. After the bonus is a really good 2-finger pocket where you have to cross on one hand, turning around. You go to the volume undercling, and feet only on friction you match, and go to the top right hand. But there is also another method. You can go first right foot to the top and then match with your hands. So probably the most spectacular one. Women's problem number 2 begins with a small jump. Crossing, you stop on this big slopey bow, and then it's a little bit more physical, and I hope there is 2 methods too. You can rather go right hand on the big pinchy volume and like find the diagonal between 2 big volumes and cross to the top, or more hard version, you put the toe, the high right heel very high, and then you go right hand to the top. The men's problem number 3 is pure slab climb. I would say it's a very mental problem, because you have really trust your feet, and I think there is 2 possibilities. You can go fast, but quite sure the slow method. Yeah, slow method is for sure easier. And so the hardest is to get to the bonus. After the bonus, you can fall, but you can rather jump left hand or put your right heel very high to your right hand. and it should be okay when you get the bonus to go to the top.
Riney, women's 3, this is the least steep of the women's boulders.
Yeah, this is the most slabby one. Actually, it's not a slab, it's vertical, but it climbs as a slab. It starts on this volume here. Basically, you can do the whole move to the bonus just with one hand, but I'm sure the girls will find some other better, and we'll see how they do it. It's a little dynamic move to the bonus, and the finish shouldn't be too hard. That's man number 4. It's one of the most powerful problems. It's a really powerful start with a little jump to these 2 Gaston holes. Then it finish up the big black volume. You finish there with a knee bar, and after the knee bar it shouldn't be so hard anymore. You get a good knee bar here, and then it's finished all the way at the green triangle. Okay, woman 4, it starts with a jump. With a little jump from a standing position. And you have all these lips that are, some of them are good, some of them are not so good, and it's hard to find the right method. Yeah, and the last hole is a jack.
There we have it, fresh from the route setter's mouth. So the climbers have now observed boulders 3, men's and women's, heading all the way back left. On to number 4. It's Anna Sturr back in a World Cup final. Great to see it.
Yeah, good to see Anna back, for sure. She's quite strong at the moment, actually, climbing Elby Pass in 8B one day.
There we go, there are your 12 climbers. Alana Yip, Anna Sturr, Sasha Gale, Kia Noguchi, Shauna Coxey and Janja Garnbrett. What a final that promises to be. The men's equally strong, Alexei Rubsov, Manuel Kornu, Keita Watabe, Kai Harada, Tomoa Narasaki, last year's Boulder World Cup champion, and Jongwon Chon, who looked superb in today's semi-final.
Again, 3 Japanese in the men's final. Again, in the 2nd World Cup in a row. It's interesting to see if it's just going to keep going for the whole of the year, and every final will have 3 Japanese.
Well, the Japanese climbers made up half of the semi-final. 10 out of 20 male climbers were Japanese, and then they've done the same in the final, 3 out of 6.
And Maringen there also had, actually now as well. Also, Kiana Gucci's in the final, so 1/3 of the final is Japanese, and that's they're for sure dominating this season. It's interesting to see because every year or every few years there is a country who's dominating the World Cup. Maybe once it was Austria, or before Germany, or Italy at some point, and Russia, and now it's the Japanese. Maybe next will be Korea, maybe not. We'll see.
Well, they're not doing too badly. Jongwon Chon qualified in 1st from the semi-final. Sol Sa didn't quite make it into the final, but she did climb this morning in the semi.
Yeah, and Salsa is not training the whole year for the season. She's doing the ice climbing as well, so it's kind of impressive to see her in the semis. So, and last year she did make finals in India, so yeah, she's for sure capable of doing that if she really want that.
And Stasha just chucking away what looked like an extra layer. Certainly won't be needing that. The temperatures here in Chongqing been very high all day. The forecast said 23. It felt very hot and humid, 23.
For sure it can be 23 in the shade, but this wall was baking in the sun for quite a while. It affects the friction, it affects the climbers, it affects the rubber on the shoes, it affects a lot of things, so climbing in the heat is always hard. So it's for sure challenging for the climbers. The first boulders are pretty overhanging and on a bit better holes, so I hope the heat will not be that of an issue on those boulders, and as we progress throughout the final it's going to be shady and cooler, so on the more technical climbs or maybe slopier climbs the weather will be better.
Yeah, the route setters have managed it very well. The only slab route is Over to the right is number 3, so that should be by the time the wall's in the shade. And we've got the steeper boulders, men's 1, women's 1. You can see there, they're up first in the sun. It is cooler than it was a couple of hours ago, but yesterday when they were taking the black volumes down off the wall, I picked one up and it was hot to the touch, and it was about this time. So the routes have been behind a curtain, which you might have noticed when we were chatting to the route setters, but it's still very hot, and those holes will be getting warmer by the second.
And you can see on number 1 there was a big black volume just before the top. I think it's going to be hard to hold in the sun. Usually a climber will like to climb at the beginning of the finals because you will climb on cleaner holes and fresher head. But in this case, maybe it's better to climb last. Maybe it's going to be cooler, but then it's a risk.
Yeah, we mentioned it before. Alexei Rubtsov wanted to qualify in 6th. I don't think he's quite brave enough, or dare I say it, accurate enough to be able to do that on purpose, but he did it. Qualified in 6th.
Yeah, every climber would like that, I think. Not every climber, but most of the climbers I know would like to qualify in 6th place.
You can see here where we are today, Chongqing, powerhouse of southwest China. 23 degrees in sun, as you rightly say, could be 23 in the shade. Humidity doesn't help either. They have relatively high pollution levels here in Chongqing. It's quite a humid climate anyway, so it all adds up to quite a sticky feel.
There is almost, I think, 30 million in Chongqing area, which is a lot of people.
32 apparently, including all the various municipalities, which makes it the most populated city in China.
Oh wow.
It's quite extraordinary, really. We travel around these various Chinese cities, many of which you've never heard of, and they're 4 times the size of any European city you can think of. It's a bit overwhelming, really.
You can see the crowd here on this venue that was built just for this competition not a long time ago. It's called the Climbing Park here. It's a whole park that is built in order to have climbing competitions. It's quite unique. I don't think you can see that in the rest of the world.
No, and unfortunately there is a big pillar in the middle of the venue that we can see. And right at the back there's a sculpture with various climbers. I'm no Van Gogh, but it's not the most lifelike sculpture, I think would be my description of it. It's kind of like, do you remember in art at school when you're drawing someone and you spend so long concentrating on their head that you realise you've filled 2/3 of the page and you haven't left room for the body? It kind of looks like that. Don't forget you can get in touch with myself or Alex Kazanov alongside me. Hashtag IFSC WC on Twitter. Alex is giggling and reliving his school art days. I got a D in case you're wondering.
I was a okay painter in high school.
We've got a question on Twitter already, actually, from Passpox. He'd like to know if the route setters have a say on the design, height, steepness of the walls, or if they just deal with the holes and volumes. In this case, they don't have a huge amount to say. They get route setter input when they're building the walls, but obviously when our route setting team turn up, they can't alter the basic shape of the wall.
There is a sort of like basics that the wall needs to have. So in order to have a World Cup, the wall needs to have a slab, it needs to have an overhang, it needs to have a slightly overhang. So there's some basic things that the wall has to have, but then it's about the organizers of the comp. They can have almost every wall they want if it's in the criteria of the IFSC.
Yeah, and when the route setters turn up, they pretty much have to set on what they've got. Some route setters, like Lola Laporte, they make their own holds, and when they sponsor a competition, they can use holds that they've manufactured. But yeah, generally the route setters work with what they're given, and on a wall like this, you haven't got much choice. It's got to be steep. 1 slab each in men's and women's competitions, and to be honest, the men's is more of a wall than a slab, but one less steep boulder.
All right.
So Alexei and Alana out.
Nice to see Alana in the final. I think it's his first final in the World Cup, but she was doing a consistent semi-final last year, and I think that she can do really well if she would try to do well for sure.
Yeah, she is the first Canadian female to ever make an IFSC final in any discipline. And Alexei Rubtsov has been out. This final is 35 seconds old, and we have a top for Alexei Rubtsov. You were saying that black volume would be tough to hold. didn't seem to be first up. We shall see though. As we
I just need to say that I'm not really fair in this final, as I'm in favor of Alexei, as he's my travel and training partner, and so if I'm gonna say things pro Alexei, don't.
That's fine. That's fine. We can allow that.
So I'm quite happy he flashed it. He will be really happy with this flash. If I know him well, I think he will think that this boulder is easy and everyone will flash it. But Alex is very strong and we don't know what will happen.
So there's Alana. Yeah, I was just saying, the first female Canadian to make any IFSC final in any discipline. So it'd be fair to say she was pretty happy when we spoke to her earlier. She actually took part in the speed competition, only in the qualifiers. She didn't make it to the final 16, but yeah, did take part in the speed finals. So she's not had quite as restful a time during the 7 or so hours since the semi-final as the other climbers.
It's progressing quite well.
Yeah, heading up to the bonus hold now.
He got a bonus on her second try here.
And she's got the bolt on. This looks quite promising for her. This is, you were talking earlier that you like old school boulders. This is slightly more old school.
It is a more old school, but it's also has some big volumes on it. I think the setting here was a bit more powerful than in Oregon, and I have to say that I like it. For me, I know that it's more fun to watch, maybe parkour style or dynamic style of boulders, which is kind of new age style of boulders, but in my opinion, we're not having a competition in competition style bouldering, we're having competition in just bouldering. So, I mean, we kind of always forgot how to drop knee and hold on to cleans or small crimps. So, I'm really happy to see that back. Of course, it's nice to have, and it's important to have other styles as well, but it's nice to see it back here.
Alana, just take your time. 1 minute to go. When we're on 4 minutes flat, not 4 minutes plus.
That rule makes it quite hard for the competitors. 4 minutes is not a lot of time when you're on the mat. If you fall, you want to rest 40 seconds. That means you have maximum 3 tries per problem. 3 tries is not a lot, especially if you fall from the last move of a boulder. You will need to rest about 2 minutes until the next try. Then you have only 2 tries. I think it's quite challenging for the competitors.
Yeah, I agree, but I think also we'll have different kind of tension because we'll have climbers racing the clock to the top of a boulder rather than just leaping on at the last second and then chalking up.
No, of course. I'm not talking about the excitement. I'm just talking about the physical challenge of the athletes.
Yeah.
The physical challenge is really great. You know.
It's huge now, yeah. It's huge because you can't just rest, pull on with a second to go and take your time hanging around on the starting holds. So, no top for Alana, but a bonus. She's walking just past us now. Doesn't look too unhappy with her first boulder's work. And Manuel Cornu, formerly he of the leopard haircut, now he of the short back and sides.
3rd place in the World Championships in Paris. Really good dynamic climber. Anna Stor in women's one, the legend.
The legend, indeed.
Diana. The legend. No words needed to describe her. Quite solid on the bonus here.
Yeah, already making very good. Well, I have to say, making good progress on women's one. Looked like a foot slip there. Just to confirm, that was a bonus for Alana Yip, second attempt. So, 1 bonus, 2 attempts for her. No tops.
Yeah, Manu got a bonus on the first attempt, which is not so bad. Also, Anna Stor got the bonus on the first attempt. She would put her in a better position than Lena Yip, but still, bonus is not much here. First we count the tops, then we count the tries, then we count the bonuses. So bonus is not that much. When you count, I mean, in the qualification, bonus is a lot actually, because there's so many athletes, so the gaps are really small. For example, Rustam Gelmanov was 11th in his group by 1 attempt on a bonus. So actually, maybe qualification is more important.
See Anna there, the face of concentration. Climbers just setting themselves up. Still plenty of time to go, at least one attempt each after this, should this not be successful. Anna look to have these early moves dialed, but they are physical. They take a lot out of you every time you start.
It's also the venue is still in the sun, which makes it really hard.
And
Manu is trying really hard as well. I
It's
think the sun is affecting him.
yeah, I was about to say with Anna, it's that same move up with left, one before the top hold. Top hold's not great either. You've got to grab it in quite a specific position. We'll discuss more if someone gets there. Looks like Anna's taking a bit of a breather.
The last hole is not too bad. We had it in the isolation zone. It's for sure hard to grab because it's still a pocket. It's a volcano, but it's not too bad. If you jump to it high enough, you'll be able to hold it.
Anna, we just saw on the graph there, hails from Rum. If you're wondering where on earth Rum is, it's about 5 k's from Innsbruck. Lovely little village. So Manu back on. That is a powerful position to hold. We mentioned it in the semi-finals. His battle with men's 4 in the World Championships in Paris is one of the highlights of 6 amazing days. He's not a man who's going to give up.
He's fighting again.
Well, you were talking about drop knees and traditional style climbing. That was a bit more like it. Knee one way than the other.
I think it's not. It's more futuristic climbing what is done here. It's the drop knee on the air, which is a new move. It's always so fun to watch Anna climb. She's so dynamic, so precise. It's incredible. Her style is unbelievable.
She goes again. It's that top hold. She's not going to get that.
That move looks like a big challenge. Manu is back again in his last attempt.
Yeah, Manu's back.
And he gets this hold.
So remember, Alexi flashed this first men's boulder. What can Manu do? He can top it.
He tops it.
Hopefully learned his lesson from Munich last year. Celebrated a bit too early and dropped it. This time gets both hands on. No problem for him. So, men's 1. 2 tops, 2 climbers. The route setters did mention they thought that boulder would see a few tops. They probably didn't think it would see 2 in the first 2 climbers.
Doesn't mean anything. I mean, all the climbers are strong. They have different styles. I think we'll see more tops in this boulder. I'm not sure if flashes, but I think we'll see more tops. I think Young Won Chon will flash it. Tomoa. I don't know about the other Japanese. I know the Keita is really good on slabs. Guy, I'm not sure. I never seen him climbs that much.
I think it's a boulder he could get on with.
Yeah, I think it's a boulder that the Japanese will like.
I've really given up on making predictions, but I think it's a boulder he could get on with. We'll see. Here's Stasha we chatted to here earlier. Saw that interview a few minutes ago. My heart rate is just about back down to normal after running to catch up. So it's that. There's 2 sections that move. It's the matching the black volume and then going again. Both look extremely physical. That first move, particularly on the shoulder flexibility coming in, and again it's that move up left.
Keita is looking quite solid until this point, and he gets it. Flash.
There we go.
Quite an easy flash for him as well.
Got enough energy for a 1-arm lock off as well at the end while he celebrates. So Stasha will have the stage to herself for 2 minutes 45 seconds. She's not happy with the brushing. Takes the initiative and does it herself.
I have to say that the brushing changes between comp to comp. It always depends on the brushers. If they're more motivated or maybe they're tired from the work. But sometimes when you're in the zone and you don't want to be distracted, you want to take the brush in order to be a bit angry, to get to the zone better.
Yeah, we see it with Alexi quite often, don't we? So he's
He's
a big one for just snatching the brush and
he's
doing
the
it
star of brushing the holds.
Could be a future career there for him when he's done with
When
climbing.
we're training, he's always brushing the holds for me. Mostly because he flashed the boulders and then he tries on them.
So Stasha lining up for that jump left. Thought about putting a higher foot. No. So I wonder if that's going to be the key. I wonder if there is some way of levering on the left foot to get a bit closer. All three climbers have had a good hand onto that hold with the left hand.
I think the sun really affects this hold. It's quite slopey. It's quite open. I mean, it's hard to hold the hold like this when it's baking in the sun.
Still plenty of time for at least one attempt. You can see our crowd. We don't always get large crowds in China, but this climbing park here is pretty much full.
I think it attracts people. People like to walk in the parks here in China. I think
it's only built in January, actually. Cost of €4 million. I know. Certainly can't be accused of not investing. Chinese sporting authorities. So, Sasha seems to have this move relatively sorted, but is a tough move. And you can see there she's kind of falling as she gets it. The right hand just keeps her on.
let's see if she can do this move right now. Just a slip right there with the heel. We see that all the girls made 3 attempts on this boulder. And the same amount, it makes sense, they're all falling in the same point. They need this time to rest.
Yeah, so there's Eddie, IFSC photographer in the very fetching blue shorts. The official IFSC shorts this year. Certainly won't be able to miss us.
2 Japanese stars are coming up. A young star, his name is Kairada. I think he was a world youth champion. And Akio, that also doesn't need any introduction.
Just doesn't need any introduction. 4-time Boulder World Cup overall winner. And it goes extremely well here in Chongqing. One thing about Akio is he's extremely consistent. Very rarely has anything resembling a bad day, but particularly here in Chongqing. The first World Cup here was 2012, competed every year since. Worst finish thus far is 4th, and she's won it twice.
She likes China.
Does like China.
Kai's doing great progress right here.
Yeah, Kai's making light work of this so far.
Another flash.
Another flash.
I have to say the Japanese look quite strong.
They do look quite strong, to say the least.
It's quite possible that we will have, I think for the 5th or 6th time since last year, a podium with 2 Japanese and Alex Ruto. It's a classic podium.
It would take a brave person to bet against that.
Could be 3 Japanese as well.
There's Akio. Overall Boulder World Cup champion, as I mentioned earlier, 2009, 10, 14, 15. 4 runner-up places as well. She is Miss-Consistent.
Yeah, but I mean, she's competing for so many years. I was just chatting to Rustam about how many World Cups he's done, and I think next year he will reach 100 World Cups in his career.
It's amazing what experience does psychologically.
First World Cup in 2005. I just started climbing in 2006.
What was I doing in 2005?
And Akira is back on this crux move. See if she can do it.
So I think she's going to try and use that left foot. Oh, okay, different method. This looks a powerful way of doing the move, but if it can just get her that inch higher, no. It looked to me as if she was further that time from the key move. Time for a rethink.
I don't see a lot of tricks in this move. I think you just need to be strong and hold the sloper, which could be too hard for the women, but we still have Shauna and Yanya coming up, which they're 2 girls to watch in this final. But it looks quite hard. Nobody was even close, so hopefully Shauna and Yanya will deliver.
Well, nobody's latched that left hand, so the move from the left hand to the top we still haven't seen an attempt on.
I think the move on the last hold is quite okay. The last hold is quite jaggy, and I don't think it will be a problem. But to get to the sloper is pretty hard.
Let's have a look as she lines up again. 39 seconds to go. I suspect this might be the last attempt. So, is she just going to go from low down? She is, and again, a hand on it. Is she going to go for another? No. Signals to the judges that she's had enough of that one. 2 climbers to go. It's final flying by, they always seem to. Already onto the second to last climber on the first boulders. And it would seem at this early stage in the men's competition, I know it's very early days, but if you don't top boulder 1, could be in a bit of trouble in the men's competition from what we've seen.
We can see the athletes sitting in front here, all the athletes of the World Cup. There we go, we have Tomoe Narasaki and Shona Coxey. Tomoe Narasaki, the IFSC World Champion. A really cool guy to watch, I think. Everyone enjoys his climbing. He's really special. He's really dynamic. He's kind of new age of climbing, this guy.
Yeah, but well, you think that, and then you see his brother, who wasn't a million miles off making this final this evening.
And the craziest thing
3 years younger.
3 years younger and 1 meter taller. And also, Tomoe reminds me a character from The Matrix. Like, I can see him, look at him. So cool, so casual.
Like when Neo dodges the bullets.
Yeah, he's like flying this so easy.
So here's
no effort.
First chance to see Shona Coxey in action this evening. She's had a good long break back at the hotel. Ooh, and nearly latches that. And Tomoe, no problem. It's quite a characteristic celebration he's got, isn't it? Turning to the crowd and quick fist pump while he's locked off.
Yeah, he's in his own zone. Actually, the first World Cup he ever won was here in China. So, yeah, he's really looking forward to do it again, and he can. He's really strong.
And he certainly can do it.
He represents the new age of climbing in a way. He's not really grabbing holds; he's just chopping between them.
So Shona. Just have a quick early check on the results. Apologies if the results that we're getting on the screen and also that you're getting back home if you're using the app or the website are not completely up to date. Chinese internet being what it is. Not always spot on and quick, but we will do our best. So you saw there, every man has topped men's 1 so far.
I'm keeping track on the scores and they are correct.
Excellent.
I can tell you that.
So Shona lining up for the move to the left, and again.
So close in this move.
It's hard to quantify. She looks like she's the closest on that move. She got a solid hand to it, if you like. It wasn't a slap. She really got a good grip of the hold, but not quite good enough. From this angle, it looks quite positive, that hold. It's really not.
First time we see Shona challenged.
Yeah, it's not something we've really seen much of last year and this year. One minute to go.
Let's go of the climb, or let's proper go.
Sun is still on the wall, by the way. You can probably make out the shadow of Shona's ponytail, but you can see how hard this move is. It's not a gimme. It's there.
She's doing it so good, though. See how bad the hold is. That was close.
And it's the same again.
And she will give up on that. Yeah, she will give up on that.
So 5 climbers in on the first boulders, men's and women's competitions.
I have to say, the boulders, the N one has been topped and the women's one haven't, but still they made the same effect. They actually didn't change the scores that much, except Manu Carnu and Alena Yip. There's there's no change between that and the semi-final.
So out on the stage, the highest placed climbers from this morning's semi-final, Yanya Garnbrett and Jongwon Chon. Remember, the climbers are in reverse order. Come first in the semi, you climb last in the final. Now Yanya has looked calm, controlled, composed all weekend here in China, and still does. That move that we saw Shauna grimacing on, albeit it was on her third attempt, and just cruises up there, not a care in the world. Lining up the jump.
Sweep.
Here we go. Goes with the left hand.
Slips as well. The same as Shauna, I would say.
Looks like she can do that move. In the background, Jongwon, no trouble. So
Yang Wong is unstoppable when it comes to straight forward climbing. This guy can hold every hold on the planet. See, if there is a person on this planet who can flash an 8C boulder, it's this guy. I'm sure he can do it.
Well, you lined me up perfectly there. We've had a question from Artemis on Twitter. Wants to know about the grades, how they compare for semis and finals. I would qualify by this by saying the route setters don't really like to give grades to boulders. I'm not sure how well it translates to, in inverted commas, normal bouldering. Well, we'll ask you in a second. We'll just watch Yanya. Can she get women's one? Nobody has yet. She might now.
She gets it.
She does get it. She gets one move further, but not the top. She's been the queen of spectacular falls this year. Yanya, 2 in Meiringen, one where she landed basically on her head, one where she nearly knocked her teeth out, and another one in Chongqing. So, have another look at that. You can see Hung, she stopped the swing so well, stopped herself from pivoting round to the left. I was surprised she didn't latch that.
You can see her left hand just slips. It's so warm in here. You get just sweaty hands before the top, and it's so easy just to slip off.
So grades between the semis and the finals.
Well, I would say usually, as a route setter wants to do it, the semi-final will be the hardest round of the competition. The number of tops is not that matter. There's not a big show going on. It's more about separating the 6 athletes from the other 20, and so the round is harder. It needs to separate more people. As in the finals,
we'll come back to you 1 second, Alex. Yan. Same again.
She
same outcome.
She has one more try though, and she will go for it. I'm pretty sure.
I think she will go for it. I'll resume. Sorry.
As for the grades again, I think the final usually it's easier as people want to see some tops. It's more showy. There's less climbers to separate, so it's usually a bit easier. It's also tends to be more dynamic because it's more showy, so to grade those boulders really hard. The grading range is really big. It could be really easy if it's tricky. It could be really hard if it's just straightforward. And it's also, how do you grade a run and jump? It's so hard to do. So I don't think it's alright to look as a grade.
So Yanya, now she sticks the left hand. Can she stick the move over to the left? What a statement this would be early on. She can.
Yes, she did it.
She did it. Yanya Garnbrett, she's looked absolutely unstoppable this weekend. And she is the only female climber to top women's one.
It would be a big advantage for her because she's the only woman to top this boulder.
So that's a fantastic start for her. Topped the semi earlier on today, and she leads this final here.
Also about grading, think about Youngwon Chon. This guy has done 8C boulder in 6 tries, and AB plus boulder in the 2nd try, and a few 8B boulders flash. So when you think of this guy and you put them on the wall, you can have a good reflection on the scale of the grades.
That's a good point, yeah. And then we see it. So attempts counting against Manuel Cornu at this early stage. Meanwhile, Alexei Rubtsov is on the wall, and how. There's the cross-through move that Martin, our route setter, mentioned. Could this be another flash for Alexei? It can. Fist pump from Alex Kazanov next to me here. Alexei walks back in. 3:15 on the clock. No one in isolation will need to ask him how he got on with that one.
Yes, I'm gonna spend 3 more weeks with this guy in the same room. It's good that he's happy.
Alana suddenly finds herself alone on the mats.
I have to say, I wasn't expecting a flash on this jump. This jump looked incredibly hard when I had a look. The slope where Alexei jumped is extremely poor. It's really steep. There's no inked at all. It's all about getting it right and stopping the feet. The good thing is that the sun just went down, so it's a bit cooler here. There's more shade, so it's also will be better for the athletes. We can see the athletes resting a lot here, but it's also about tactics, and it's one of the most important things in the game.
So Alana Yip, first female Canadian athlete in a final. Fantastic achievement.
It's amazing. It's really nice for me to see different countries going into the finals. It gives me hope for myself to be the first one to be in the finals from my country as well.
So we can have a quick look. Yeah, after this attempt from Alana, we'll have a look at Alexei's top of men's 2. We didn't really get to see it in real time. We were busy checking the scores. Flick back, and there he was halfway up it, so we'll be able to see it in full in just a second.
I think about Alexei is about that he's always going really fast on the boulder. He saw the boulders in the observation, he knows the moves, and he thinks about it in the head, and every time he steps on the bat, he just runs towards the boulders, not to waste time. 4 minutes is not enough time to waste.
Here we go. So we were busy looking at the scores. There was pretty much the whole round left. And there you go.
Barely holds it. Such a bad hold.
You could see how much he was fighting. And from here, cross through, no problem. Nothing for the feet, doesn't matter. Reach through. And there you have it. A flash from Alexei Rubtsov, and meanwhile, Alana is potentially heading for the bonus. This is her best attempt yet by miles. Close, but no cigar.
Looks like a really hard boulder.
It does look like a super hard boulder.
No bonus for her on this climb, unfortunately.
This was the jump section. See her lining it up, bang, bang, right, left. Really neatly done. Precision climbing.
It's been a really dynamic weekend here. There was 3, for me in the qualification, my group at least, we had 3 jumps. Then the semi-final there was jumps, and now there's jumps. It's really dynamic set of boulders.
So, Manuel Cornu and Anna Stur. Just the 22 World Cup wins for Anna Stur.
Just.
And just 17 podiums to go along with it. Quite extraordinary, really. She's won more World Cups than she's been second or third in. So Manu lining up, he sticks it too, and also goes to the left hand. The route setters mentioned that.
It's a bit different detail.
During observation, yeah, that you could potentially do it in one move, slap with the left simultaneously, and that's what Manu did.
Manu is known for his dynamic strength for sure. I mean, the French team is training it a lot in their facility in Fontainebleau.
They've got a dedicated facility.
Bit different beta here for the top.
Yeah. This looks a really powerful way to do it. You can see there's nothing for the feet there, and it's probably the steepest part of what is a very steep part. A very steep wall here in Chongqing, excuse me.
And that sticks it, no problems there.
Yeah, that was really, really precise, like we saw from Alana. She goes statically up to the bonus, just shuffles that hand along, centimetre by centimetre. her feet came off there. Just took her weight too far to the right. Centre of gravity moved out right, and she just couldn't quite hold on to the bonus. But a promising start for both climbers. Don't forget you can contact us on Twitter, hashtag IFSCWC. If you've got any questions for Alex Kazanov, climbing's Mr. Encyclopedia, here he is. I'm so pleased I knew that fact about Alana being the first female Canadian.
I didn't know that. No, that's a great fact.
Finally got one over him.
I just remember things I know. I don't know the new things.
I dread to think about the conversation between you and Eddie, the IFSC photographer, who can out-geek each other on climbing knowledge.
I'm not sure, actually.
I actually think Eddie would beat you in that one.
Yeah, maybe it could be.
So, Manu heading right again. That's what Alexei was doing.
It's trying the other bit. It's really hard. It looks like the foot is really far.
It requires so much power in the hips and the glutes to keep that foot on. It's such an all-round strength type move. So 1:30 left on the clock. Here in Chongqing, conditions beginning to cool down ever so slightly. Perhaps the sun is off the wall.
It's just a slip there by Anna.
See Anna just trying to figure out if she's missed anything. That black and pink volume on the right hand side below and left of the clock as you look at it now it's quite a complicated volume. There's quite a few chalk marks on it from the various rounds it's been used. It's quite confusing.
Manu's going for another try. Manu known for his fighting skills. He will fight until the end on this boulder, even if he's tired. He's going for it. It's quite close. He sticks the toe hook.
Oh, you can kind of feel it in the front of your shin. That feeling of trying to keep that toe on. Is it constantly dropping off?
He's going to go again. Oh, he's going to go again.
Okay, well, he is dynamic. He is fast. He's going to need
He's
to
a
be
fighter.
super fast. So, no. You just need a little more recovery.
He just hit the wall there with his hands.
No.
If it was a hole there.
Yeah, I think he hit the mat. He certainly looked. He's all right. Yeah. Hit the mat hard enough for our microphones to pick it up 20 meters away.
So, next climbers, the first Japanese of this final is going out. Let's see what he can do. Just a reminder, Manu was the only guy not to flash M1.
He was, and the scores just updating there. The scores you saw for the men, we're just waiting for them to update. Manu did get the bonus, didn't get the top. Keita Watabe. Stasher out.
Keita really known for his, or I don't know if he's known, but at least what I've heard, that he's really, really good at the slab and technical climbs. We could see it in the last final in Myringen there, and he did the only guy who did the slab. Stasha hits the diner first try right there.
Yeah, he'll have his chance on the slab men's 3. Up next is a slab. Only just probably less than 5 degrees off vertical. It's
Maybe 2 degrees. I would say it's more vertical than a slab.
It's pretty much vertical. And by the standards of this very steep Chongqing wall, it is a slab.
No problems with the dyno. You know the Japanese like to jump. Gets the bonus in his first try. It's interesting to see what he will do there. But he will go for the toe hook, it seems like.
I think so. Oh, that was a really cool method. I think he enjoyed it as well.
Those guys are so fast.
Can we call it the window wiper? I mean, kind of the way he swung his feet round.
Window wiper? Or like the, how do you call it, the windmill.
The windmill, yeah, okay. The windmill wiper. So, Stasher, she's heading out right. Next hold above her is the top, of course. You can see it there with the red tape and the blue circle denoting it.
Looks like a hard move right there. Shoot. He's fighting so hard. It's hard to be precise on this jog. You don't really want to jump there. As I said, it's really hard to get your fingers inside his pocket there.
Poor old Stasha's dad, he's about 5 meters away from us, going through the ringer watching his daughter climbing. Such a tense moment. They just make eye contact. This is a replay. Stasha just sort of, a bit like you see with tennis players, making eye contact with their box. We just saw that from Stasha. He's checking
Kate is
in.
going for it again. Let's see.
Will it be the windmill wiper? It is. That is a great technique. Even the left foot isn't set as he starts.
No, but he uses the flow of the movement to get high as he can. It's more, you can see it a lot also in call it the ninja or the pogo move, when you use your foot to like a foot swing in order to levitate your body. This is the same thing. He uses his momentum to move forward. It's something that we see more and more in climbing, in more like the new style climbing is more about movement and dynamics. And this is for sure a cool thing to watch. Those guys are really creative as well with their movement. They're not afraid of doing new stuff.
So he launches up again. That move out to the left, a dynamic move, doesn't seem to cause him any problems now.
His third try, we'll see if he's going for a different method or he's going to do it
going for a
again.
different method, but we'll see. No, tried one then the other. I don't think he's going to have time up. Alexei Rubtsov came out, flashed his boulder, and you thought, yeah, maybe another one that you need to top.
Alexei Rubtsov is probably, I'm not sure if he's the best rock climber of this competition, but he, in my opinion, he's the best athlete in the sport. As an athlete, his mental game is incredible. He locks himself in the side of kind of a box for 2 days. You cannot talk to him. Well, you can, but it's going to be hard. He's really focused. He really knows how to get out. And I think it gave him a boost that he's the first one to go out. And he will be happy that he's the only one who got his boulder until now, at least. Kai Harada and Akira Noguchi. Kai Harada was there, what was his champion? Strong guy.
Very, very strong guy.
Hits the jump first try there. Not that problems again. He's holding for dear life right there.
Having seen that hold from underneath, I'm not quite sure how he's still on the wall without having used his feet for a couple of seconds. You get the poorest of smears. That's about your only method of getting a bit of weight off your hands. It's a terrible undercling, but somehow stuck it. So Akia, now she needs to move right onto the multicolored volume and straight up to the top.
I have a question for Twitter. If China has ever had the IFSC World Cup finalist, I don't think so. Don't take me on the word right here, but I cannot remember a Chinese athlete making finals in the World Cup. They had a podium in an international event in Nanjing last year.
They've got some very successful speed climbers. That's a good question. Paul Durbin.
Yeah, in bouldering, I mean. In
Yeah,
speed,
in
they have for sure. They had a world record even. In bouldering and lead, I don't think so.
We shall see. My brain is whirring now. Trying to run down. Any statos out there, let us know. Hashtag IFSCWC. Alex and I focus on the action and just have 10% of our brains whirring away trying to think about Chinese bouldering finalists. Zaki Noguchi made 1 or 2 finals in their time.
Kai Harada going for his second attempt right here. Took his time until he got in the second attempt, actually, more than Keita.
Yeah, 147. I'd imagine he'll have time for another attempt if this one isn't successful. And again, battling to hold on to that undercling. Gets the toe up.
He's fighting.
Will it be enough? He's close.
He's very close.
I think this is the better way to do it. The way Alexei did it looked incredibly hard. Looks like his style for sure, but looked hard. Here's Akio looking quite comfortable.
Yeah, she seems to be in a good position for this final move. It's further than it looks, but she's got it.
She got it. Nice. She would be happy with that.
It's amazing, isn't it? You can see the subtleties in body language. She just looked like she was set to go. She looked in balance. She looked halfway comfortable. You see it here.
And
going
actually,
from a really stable position.
Akio going almost for a dynamic move, and not really. It's kind of a signature thing with her. It's sometimes she will like get the momentum going, like she's going for a jump, and then she's going quite slow. But I think it's more about concentration and feeling the move that she's gonna do. Kai is going for his third attempt.
It makes you realise what an achievement that flash was from Alexei Rubtsov.
I wasn't doubting.
Strolled out, not a care in the world. 3 minutes ago, he would have been back in isolation with a bottle of water in his hand. Extraordinary. No top since.
No, he's not going to go for it.
I thought he'd shake to go. If you are new to bouldering, we have a 4-tiered scoring system. If you're wondering what all those various numbers mean, the far left number is how many boulders you were able to top. That's the most important measurement, is that far left number, how many you were able to top. If the climbers are tied on tops, it comes down to how many attempts those tops took. If they're still tied, it comes down to who got the most bonus holds. Halfway up each boulder is a bonus hold. It's clearly marked with yellow tape and an orange circle that says bonus. And if they're still tied after all that, the final tiebreaker is how many attempts those bonuses took. And as Alex Kazanov, who's sitting next to me, mentioned, the reason Rustam Gaumanov wasn't in the semi-final is because of attempts on the bonuses. So
one attempt on a bonus.
One attempt on the bonus. If it sounds a little over the top, I can assure you it's not. So Tamoa lining it up. Great style on the jump.
This guy is flying. As I said, he's from the Matrix. This guy is just from the Matrix. I wonder what he will do in this move. Easy job. He will just go for it.
There we go. Flash from Tamoa. So it's him and Alexei at this early stage. Shauna, meanwhile.
You know, Alexei told me the other day that he's fighting with Japanese, but it's not fair because he's one and there are many. And yeah, like last time he was second after Kokoro, and now we have Tomoa, and so it's hard.
He seems to find a way there, doesn't he? As does this lady, Shauna Coxey.
She's looking to do this boulder as well. She needs to do this boulder as well.
And again, a bit like Akio, looks quite comfortable in this position. She's shorter though, it's a bit further for her than it was for Akio. She looks in a good position and latches it. There we go, one hand, two hands.
Really precise right there. It's good for her. We'll put her in a podium position as for now at least.
Yeah, we'll be 2 boulders down after Janja Garnbret comes out. And of course Jongwon Chon on the men's. You can see there Shauna got 3 fingers, just about held it. And once she controlled the swing, it never looked in doubt. Calm and cool and collected enough to instantly turn and have a look at the judges.
Yep. Yeah, she's currently sitting with 1 top and 2, and 2 bonuses and 3. Kira with 1 top and 3, 2 bonuses and 3. It's quite low scores. But we have Janja going out now, and she can do it. She will maintain her lead in this round for now.
So Jongwon lining it up.
Good for him.
Yeah, that jump, honestly, I was underneath that boulder earlier. That jump is massive.
It's massive, and Jongwon is not for sure the best diner when it comes to just far jumps. I mean, he's for sure one of the strongest burst people, or maybe the strongest, doing the same beat as Alexei.
And so smooth. Well, men's 2, it seems you either flash it or you don't do it at all.
He's just hanging there like it's a pull-up bar, and it's a really bad open pinch. Amazing.
So Janja Garnbret down on the mat, hashtag IFSCWC. You can see it on the top of your screen. If you want to get in touch on Twitter. Any questions for Alex Kazanov? So Janja, the only woman to top women's 1. It's put her in a very strong position, but Shauna and Akio have now topped women's 2. She's not the only climber with the top. She needs this to maintain a clear lead in tops.
She can do it. I'm sure she can do it.
I certainly would not put money against her.
Her finger strength is unbelievable. I'm quite sure she could make semifinals in the men as well. I would be surprised. Looks like she's going for a bit of different beat right there.
Yeah, she's. I said that volume, the right hand black and white one, it's quite complicated. You've got to move your hands around on a bit to find the best part, and now she gets it and went almost statically.
Easy job.
For Shauna, that looked an awfully long way, but for Janja, it didn't look far at all.
First comp in a while that we see Shauna not dominating.
It is,
for
yeah.
now.
It gives hope to the other female athletes.
Well, Jana is not just another female athlete.
No, that's true. Actually.
I mean,
she's been doing much the same in the women's league competitions the last year. And already, we're halfway through. 2 boulders down, 2 to go, and the climbers hit the least steep part of the wall. There we see it. So, 2 flashes for both Jongwon Chon, Tomoa Narasaki, and Alexei Rubtsov. 1 top each. Kai Harada and Keita Watabe and Manuel Cornu.
Just in case you're wondering, Yang Wong is first in ranking because of count back to the semifinal. They had the same scores, but because of the semifinal round, Yang Wong is first, and Tomoa second, and Alexei is third.
Slight confusion there from Alana as she came on, couldn't quite figure out where her boulder was, where she was supposed to stand. Now she's ready.
I'm pretty sure she's excited.
She's very excited. I spoke to her earlier. She didn't quite know what to do. Jumped up and down a bit. Had a go at speed climbing and chilled out for a couple of hours.
Alexei's looking casual until this point.
He's looking very casual. Surely not 3 flashes in 3 boulders.
It's a hard move right here. When I seen the boulders, it looked pretty hard, pretty technical, pretty slow. You need to be calm.
Martin, our route setter, said this is probably the crux move going for the bonus. And you see it there, Alexei.
Looks pretty good though. Pretty good.
He's not flashed everything.
No. Which is
Alana, meanwhile, can't see much of her there. Please bear in mind we do use volunteer camera people for the live stream. And as such, the camera work isn't always the standard of professionals. So we do apologise, we're trying our best. So Alana, no problem at this early stage. Looks like she needs to get the right foot on, but it's just a case of doing it without her body pivoting off.
Looking to get her first stop of the competition.
It's a bit
so close.
And it's a long fall from up there. It's a high, this wall here in Chongqing.
Alexei just slips there with his shoe. Really slippery holds actually. They're dual textured. I mean the textured part is facing upwards, but still, even the textured part is not the most textured and quite slippery.
Yeah, we mentioned this earlier on in the semi-finals. Actually, different competitions, different countries use different hold manufacturers, and there can be huge differences in the texture and also the shape. Once you get used to a certain manufacturer and you figure out exactly where to hold it, it's quite a big advantage. But these Gecko King holds will be relatively new to virtually all of the climbers. Yeah, so we're seeing it, that move left to the bonus. Ruth has said that is probably the crux.
I think it's just time to Manu Cornu to go back to slab. I mean, it's a hard slab, and the French people are known for their slab techniques. You could see in Paris in the World Championship.
And for once, Alexei happy with the standard of brushing. We'll keep you up to date with his attempt. There's Alana. So there's two small crimps facing each other there, so that the usable bit is tiny. It's at the bottom. You can see Alana using it. She begins to head left. Controls the swing again. Alexei's had another attempt.
It will be Alexei's last attempt. They have 30 more seconds. For a slab, this is not a lot of time.
No, especially one that technical. The start's relatively easy. We heard Martin, the route setter, say you can potentially run on that start, but it's an awful lot of steps.
And she tops.
She does top. Alana Yip, fantastic first top for her in this women's final.
Alex is going for it. He's going for it. 8 seconds. 8 seconds.
I think he's probably aiming just for a bonus at this stage.
Yes, he is.
Out of time.
He'll be kind of pissed, I think.
Waves to the crowd. Not a happy boy.
No, I'm sure not. Not making a slab, it is a big mistake. It's a slabs are tricky. If we can see if we're following the last international comps, Alex Mergens won the Sheffield with
the quiff.
The quiff, yeah. with the slab. Keita Watabe actually made podium with the slab in the Let's World Cup in Maringen. So slabs are important, and as an athlete, it's actually really hard to have the transition between the dynamic boulders into the slabby boulders, the slow boulders. I think it's quite a big challenge.
And to control that adrenaline, you walk out on stage, crowd cheers, and you need to just be really steady, really balanced, calm. Tough transition. So Anna, you can see there that from that angle before, you can see this women's three, it's not a slab at all. It's pretty much a vertical wall. It's the closest thing they've got though in the women's competition. Women's fought and men's fought. Very, very steep indeed. Can Anna Sturr find her way back onto the podium? The World Cup place she bets now. Or of course goes to the very unofficial IFSC Fantasy League, where people have created a fantasy football thing where you predict the podiums on Facebook, and it's all done with pseudonyms as well, so you don't know who's who. So maybe, just maybe, Adam Ondra could have an account.
I don't think Adam is the guy who make an account.
You never know. Maybe that's what put Alexei off on the slab. He was thinking too much about his IFSC Fantasy League predictions.
I don't think it's that.
I suspect not, but you never know.
You never know.
He doesn't give much away. So they're both climbers back on.
A hard start in both boulders.
Super hard start, yeah. Anna on the women's three seemed to have the first section dialed pretty quickly. Anna's just taking a bit longer to get to grips with it. Manu doing this men's three very slowly, very carefully. To keep that centre of gravity in, keep the weight through the feet. Now Anna's having some more success. And that shout, which you might have heard on the microphone, was Manu. We're just underneath that side of the wall.
Anna tops.
And you will have heard that, the cheer for Anna Sturr.
She'll be happy to top this boulder, and quite fast.
Yep, so second climber out, and both women so far of top women's 3. So Manu back on. Very slow, very steady. Pivot round on the right foot, bring up the left. Rock up onto the left foot, there it is. That's the buzzer to signal 1 minute to go. He's just losing his balance on that left foot.
Kind of surprised. The French train a lot of slab climbing. They have the Karma gym is located in Fontainebleau. They train there and together. They train really hard and tricky slabs. I mean, it's always hard as a competitor to train those slabs. Sometimes in World Cups you have a lot of volumes you have to step on, and in commercial gyms they don't tend to do it as it's a bit dangerous. People can fall on those volumes, can slip, can get hurt. So in commercial gyms you don't have this kind of style. So it's also really hard to train if you don't have the facilities. And the French team, they have the facilities and they know how to do it. So they're usually pretty good in this style as well.
Yeah, IFSC route setter Jackie Godoff works setting boulders for the French team. Has Manuel Cornu been doing his slab homework? He's only going for the bonus now. He certainly won't have time for a top, and he won't have time for a bonus either. Down on the mats again. No top for him.
All right, we have Keita going out, the Japanese slab master from Meiringen. We'll see what he can do there.
Just beginning to get dark here in Chongqing. The lights are on. You can see him in the ceiling there above the mats. You can see there. Top for Anna Stor, top for Alana Yip. Yanya Garnbrett taking a very early lead. 2 tops for her. Shauna Coxey in second place, 1 top. See there. Chung Won-ton, Timur Narasaki and Alexei Rubtsov tied on 2 boulders, 2 tops each, sorry. And flashed all of them. See their team France in the blue t-shirts. I think that's Nicolas Pelosson. Just, well, if I was up there, this is how I'd do it. It's not Nicolas. My eyes aren't good enough. It's Nicolas behind me.
You can see the French team on the left side there.
Yeah, I was trying to identify who it was.
It's Kentia Boulet, Alban Lavie, Mika Moen.
I was trying to see who was talking. Doesn't matter. Right. Old man eyes, you know. When you get to my age, Alex, you'll understand. My senior years. So, Keita. Very nicely done. Hip flexibility coming in very handy there.
As I said, he's known to have a good slap technique. It's just a bit short there.
Yeah, interesting, wasn't it? As he began to kind of windmill his arms to the left, you saw his hips just flinched outwards, and that was enough to send him off.
It's a hard move. You can see it's a hard move. I think the rest of the boulder is quite okay. From the observation, I've seen the screw on just before the top is not too bad, and it's going to be possible to jump to the top. But just to lean to the bonus and then move from it is going to be a challenge for the climbers.
2:15 on the clock.
They're doing quite a good job on the slabs actually. They don't have huge volumes in this comp as sometimes in Europe they have, so it's hard to set a really proper, hard and good slab to climb with small holes. Sometimes now in World Cup we see huge volumes. You just put 2 volumes in the boulder and you have a whole boulder. And to set a sequence of moves with smaller holes on a slab, it's quite a challenge for the setters.
Stasha going one-handed there on women's 3. Let's have another look at Keita here. This is awesome. I was about to say, when that move to the right, the volume with the red on it, it's showing some awesome hip flexibility. It's a brush.
It's just brush the hole with his towel. I'm not sure if it's allowed. I know this for sure. It's not allowed to brush holes with your own brush. You have to brush the holes with the brushes of the competition, because you can maybe put something on the brush and you just brush with the towel. I'm not sure it's allowed, but
put some super glue on your brush if you wanted to. So Stasha also atop. Another climber where you're never in any doubt what's going through her mind. Okay, so this is the move I was talking about with the hip flexibility.
Used a bit of different sequence the first go.
Yeah, we're not going to see how he did it again. He's not going to have time for another attempt.
I was talking about this before. I think it's a bit of disadvantage to climb less in the round. The holds are getting more greasy. The footholds and the slabs are getting way, getting just full of rubber. It's hard to stand on them. Here we go, Japanese pair.
So, Akio Noguchi is out at the top on this slab, looking pretty vital, you would imagine, if you want to do well in this women's competition.
Yeah, it is important, especially for her, that she has done the second boulder, so the third boulder for sure. It's going to be important for her as well.
So Kei Harada. Getting my Kai's and Keita's mixed up. Kai Harada.
Nobody has done a bonus yet on them three.
No, no one's really made anything resembling good progress on those three. What can Kai do? Out onto the volume with the red. It was one of the closest attempts we've seen. I think he touched the bonus with both hands, didn't latch it though. Not enough just to brush both hands on it. Some very, very young fans of Team Japan. You might be able to hear our commentary position. Seems to be chanting Yanya, in fact, not Akio. How strange. Apologies if you can hear a group of primary school kids chanting. Right next to us. So Akio, move on to the volume. There we go.
Shit, left hand. Impressive.
Yeah, and just about control the swing with her feet. As I mentioned earlier, 4-time Boulder World Cup overall champion, 4-time runner-up, and it looks like she's on for a top here. She is. 2 minutes.
It will put her in a good position for now, podium position for sure. This is for now. She only Akio and Yanya have 2 tops. So
Yanya still to come. Shauna still to come. Shauna with 1 top, of course. Inching his way leftwards. You can see it there. I mentioned it earlier. Just the merest flinch. As soon as your body weight's moving away from the wall, almost impossible to get it back.
it's really important to trust your feet on those moves. As more pressure you put on the feet, the better they will hold. But the problem is with this move that you have to lean to the left, and when you lean to the left, you lose pressure on the right foot, and then it slips. It won't slip when you're gonna stand there. But when you lean to the bonus, the right foot slips in this really crucial moment, and then we see all the athletes fall.
Nicely measured from the route setters. They've just found that sweet spot where it's super hard to keep your balance.
It's a lot of changing the boulders while foreigning them. Jackie just published a book about route setting.
Jackie got up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is art in some sort. I mean, you're creating movement. I think it's really something unique.
It sounds like art when you listen to Jackie talk about it. It makes you so psyched to be a route setter.
Also,
He's so passionate.
If you find a new move, he created a new movement, and it's exciting, you know. It's personally myself, and I know that more than half of the competitors we route set in our free time, maybe in the off season. So I think we all enjoy the process of finding new movement.
So a new rotation. 4 minutes for Tomoa Narasaki and Shauna Coxey to get these boulders done.
Right, here we go, Tomoa Matrix, Narasaki, Shauna Coxey.
He always wears wraparound shades and a big black leather coat when he's not climbing. I don't know if you've ever seen him.
Maybe.
So you see there, Kinaguchi takes an early lead, 2 tops, 5 attempts. No, not even a bonus on this boulder for any of the climbers so far, Tomoa Narasaki and Jongwon Chon. The only 2 climbers left who can do anything about that.
I wonder if Tomoa will dyno to the last hole. He might.
From once you get your foot established on that red and black volume in this men's boulder, it looks as if you could just jump for the bonus, but it's such a poor foothold that as soon as you're committed to jump, you just slip off.
And also the bonus is quite a poor hole. It's not a hole you just want to jump to, but Tomoa, he can make things work in his way. Both Tesla's making solid progress. Tomoa just slips right there. As I said before, the holes are getting greasier and greasier, so it's harder and harder to step on. It's a big problem of the climbing competition.
And Shauna with the right hand onto the volume that time. Latches it.
Shauna searching to make her second top as well here.
She's looking pretty calm so far. Ditto Tomoa. Great way of starting that boulder.
Visually, for sure. I'm not sure if it's the best way to do it.
No problem for Shauna. Scorecard, please. Not sure who's got it. There we go.
It will put her in the lead as for now, but we still have Yana to come.
Tomoa still out on the mats, 2 minutes to go. Can we get a top on men's 3? Can we even get a bonus? We shall see. Really, as you would expect, a dynamic way of starting this men's 3. It's the right foot, left foot jump. There we go. Simultaneously palms with the left hand and crimps with the right.
Remember last year he made a new move and jumped into a mental. This guy is reinventing the climbing.
How on earth is he balancing there? He's not anymore. I'm not quite sure how he did that.
I already told you, he's from the Matrix. He's just flying.
So he's got a minute 20 left to do it. The brushes earning their money.
I think his account on Instagram is the most visited account throughout our World Cup circuit athlete. We all just follow him and watch his videos just because it's so inspiring to do a lot of exercises and try to improve our dynamic technique.
And again, the left hand just to steady himself. The problem is going to be how to replace that hand with a foot. Extraordinary to watch Tomoa Narasaki. It's hypnotic, isn't it, watching the way he moves. Fortunately, no joy that time. Time for another go though. Very calm, 35 seconds to go, he wants everything brushed. And we go 21st in Meiring, a big shock after dominating particularly the latter half of 2016, but the season, pretty much the season as a whole.
Last year it was the same thing. He didn't make finals in Meiringen and didn't make finals in Japan. But then suddenly he was first, second, first. So it's Tomoa. Maybe it just takes time until he gets to the zone.
He seems to have this extraordinary ability to stay on that slab long after he's lost his balance. He's not going to have time, so men's 3, as yet, no bonus. let alone a top.
It's always nice to see him jump from the wall. He always kicks it backwards.
Always gives a little tap as he goes. So just to bring you up to date, I believe our scores are up to date. Shauna Coxey leads the way. How many times have we said that in the last 18 months? 2 tops in 3 attempts for her. Aki Noguchi in second, 2 tops in 5 attempts. And the lady you see on the right hand side of your screen, or just walked off the side of your screen, Janja Garnbret in third, 2 tops, but she is yet to attempt women's 3. Bearing in mind that everybody else has topped it, suspect she might. So there we have it as well. Jongwon Chon is out on men's 3. Currently leads the way. If he tops this, my oh my. Already in the lead.
Yes, it is. Deserved the lead as well. He's a strong guy. Probably the lightest climber. Oh, one of the lightest climbers in the World Cup.
Worth bearing in mind, if he flashes this boulder, this is his first attempt.
Yes, it is.
If he flashes this boulder, he wins the competition. Because he would win
Yes.
and count back to the semi-finals, even if someone...
No, if he won't make the bonus on the next boulder, he won't. But it's hard. He will probably win.
But he would be on 3 tops, 3 attempts. No one could...
But 3 bonuses in 3. And then if he does make the bonus on the next boulder, and other people will do it. So close.
Ah, you're absolutely right. Got carried away with myself. He doesn't flash it anyway.
No. But pretty safe to say that if he can do this boulder, it puts him in a really good position.
I'll leave the maths
For sure.
the maths to you.
If you do it, it's in a podium position for sure.
Yeah.
But it's a hard boulder. It's a slab. You never know. Also, next one, it's really hard.
So Jongwon Chon preparing for his next attempt. The 12th last time out in Meiringen. 2015 Boulder World Cup champion, remember? He's got the calibre. I just mentioned that actually. If the scores happen to be tied, it does of course go back to count back to the previous round, of which Jongwon Chon was the winner. He was the winner in inverted commas, finished top in the semi-final. So if his scores were tied,
He will go to count back.
we're going to count back. We hope it doesn't. Right now he is tied with Tomoe Narasaki and Alexei Rubtsov. Our top here would help him out. Inching his way leftwards, heading to the red and black volume. Looks very in control here, but it's just the tiniest movement that can end an attempt.
Got just one good try right here. He doesn't want to.
Crab-like across the wall, and he makes the
gets
bonus.
it. Gets the bonus. Good. It puts him in the lead for now. And let's jump. Supposed to be too bad. Yes, he did it.
Yes, came to that boulder in the lead, and he leaves even further in the lead. Still hanging there.
Alexei for sure knows that now in the back of the stage, waiting for his goal in the last boulder. He knows he really wants to do it. Good job for Jongwon. It puts him in a really good position for the next boulder. If he will, if he tops the next boulder, he probably would win this competition.
Let's have another look at it. There we go. Right hand, left hand, boom. So there we go. Janja Garnbret leads the way. 3 tops and 7 attempts ahead of Shauna Coxey. 2 tops and 3 attempts, 2 tops and 5 for Akio in third. Jongwon Chon, clean sweep, 3 tops. 2 tops to Tomoe Narasaki and Alexei Rubtsov. They have their work cut out. So if Alexei flashes this men's 4, he's in the lead. You can see he's been doing a pretty good job so far. Flashed 2 boulders already today.
He knows he needs this. He needs this boulder.
I wonder if he knows he needs a flash. He's going for it either way.
He knows it. He's a smart guy. Whoa!
It'd be interesting to see a replay of that. I'm not quite sure how we look at Alexei Rubtsov on the wall and not on the mats right now. Such a physical bowler this at the end of a hard weekend, hot conditions, what a fight. He's got the knee bar, tries the right hand on the green volume instead. Will he go to
Oh, just slips on the last moment. He knows he really wanted to do it on the flash. He knows it puts him in dangerous position.
Alexei looks disappointed with that. I wonder how much he's got left.
It looked really solid. I thought he would have it. He just slipped. Just his hand just flew away. Here he is with his signature brushing.
Yeah, future career from there. So Alana as well out on women's 4. Comes into this sitting in 5th. Alana?
He needs to rest right now. He knows he needs to rest, but it's hard to rest and when you know you just need to go for it.
Well, it's hard, isn't it? I guess the first thing you want to do is pull straight back on.
Yes, of course.
Have another go, but Alexei's
He's
been around the block a few times.
Yeah,
he knows what to do.
But actually he's not climbing for that long. He's just starting to fuzz him at 6, which is actually not too much. But just 3 years after he won the World Championship. Alexei is back on the wall as well.
I think that's what you call a natural.
So yeah, this guy's a natural.
See it again, that move, actually, believe it or not, you wouldn't know from the look on his face, it almost looked easier second time round. I mean, the first time it was absolutely on the limit. Now he gets the double knee bar.
Resting.
I wonder if that was him kicking himself and not finding that earlier.
No.
So he goes straight to the green volume this time. Last time he went right, he went black then green. This time he goes directly to the green. If he does get this second go,
oh, he falls.
I was going to say he'll be kicking himself. So he's got 1 minute, 6 seconds left.
It's a really tricky.
He's still lying on the mat.
Yeah, he will be lying on the mat for another 20 seconds. He will go only in the 40 seconds to go, I would say. So in 12 seconds. This is my prediction. Let's see if I'm right. Either this or 35. I think 40. But let's see.
It doesn't count if you just say
I was right. Exactly 40 seconds.
No,
he's tired. He knows he's tired. This has finished his competition.
Tired man.
Unfortunately, he will not top this boulder.
So Alana looking to move up from 5th as well. It doesn't look like she's going to.
Maybe he will. Come on, Alexei, come on.
That look of determination on his face. He's somehow got 12 seconds to get from here to the top. Can he manage it? It certainly won't be for the lack of trying. He's got the right hand on the green volume. He's got the left hand.
Come on, Alexei, come on, come on. Go for it, go for it, go for it, go for it. No time. It was after the time, 3 seconds after the time.
It was after the time. The officials just let him know.
2 seconds after the time. He's disappointed with that. I would be disappointed with that. This is so... I would just want to give him a hug.
He's a warrior. Look at him walking off the stage. He's left nothing on there.
We call him the White Warrior. We call him the White Warrior as the representative of the Europeans in this final and the last final, the one before as well. Yes.
Poor Alexei Rubtsov. I think everyone in the venue feels a bit more tired for having watched that. It's exhausting. So we've got Anna Stor on the left, Manu Cornu on the right. Manu currently in 6th place in this men's final.
It's all open again now because okay, that means Alexei is got himself a podium position as long as nobody flashes it, except Tomoa. If Tomoa flashes the bonus, Tomoa will secure his second place at least. But as for the other athletes, the other Japanese, if they flash this boulder, they will get the podium, and if they won't flash this boulder, Alexei will stay on top.
There you go. And people think bouldering scores are complicated. So, Manu. Not got on so far with this men's fourth. A bit like on men's 1 and 2. When Alexei came out, you kind of think, oh, the route setters made this a bit too easy, but actually Alexei's just immensely strong.
Alexei is really strong. The way he trains, I mean, he's incredible. But all the other athletes are also strong, and Manu is really good. Just a good climber. And a good fighter.
Spectacular fall there.
He's tired. You can see that he's tired. Maybe a bit more tired than the other guys. He really fought in the semi-final, as he was the last guy, like to make it into the semi-final. He made it to semi-final in 20th place, and he fought really hard in this round in order to climb tonight in the final. So he may be a bit tired. He still did a good job making the first French final in this World Cup.
Anna there on the women's 2 boulder with the lip-like volumes, the lips, as we're calling them.
It's pretty boulder, visually.
Looks great, yeah.
Looks hard as well.
Super hard. Yeah, the route setters just made some tweaks to this one in the last minute, and so far hasn't seen a top. And they're just trying to figure out how to latch that second red volume.
It's funny because actually made this jump to shoulders looks so easy, and like no problem at all.
It's the kind of move that to a recreational amateur climber looks impossible. I mean, you got to jump and straight into a gaston on an overhanging wall. It's the most extraordinary move, and it's quite a long way as well between the start holds and that.
If you're wondering why the bonus is not higher than this volume, why it's not the 2 volumes at the top, which is will be more the logical place to put the bonus, is because the route setters have specific rules to follow. They cannot put the bonus in every place they want, and it should be in a certain height. And also the jump cannot be far as some height. So they have a specific list of rules to follow, so they maybe couldn't put the bonus a bit higher than this. But here it is.
Never ceases to amaze me how creative they are with the holds they've got. Now down to 15 seconds, Manu. If he wants to move up from 6th, he'll need this. Time running out to figure it out. We won't see a top from Anna Sturr. 5 seconds. We saw Alexei top it, but he got timed out. I think the same's not going to happen to Manu. He falls and is simultaneously timed out.
I think it will be easier for Alexei if Tomoa will flash this boulder, and then even Alexei would have done this boulder in time, it still wouldn't matter. This is the perfect.
Might ease the pain slightly.
Yes,
Let's see.
He will be happy with the podium finish as well, because he will be the only guy to make 2 podiums.
So Cater and Stasha are out. No one really made much of a dent in women's 4 at this stage. Alexei Rubtsov come incredibly close to topping men's 4, and Manu Cornu just a move away. Awkward looking fall there for Stasha. Involuntary splits. Now just being asked not to use flash. It's pretty much pitch black here in Chongqing.
It is disturbing if you're climbing and you have a flash in your face.
It certainly is.
Kate is up for the go. We'll see if we can top this boulder.
So yeah, that
Quite solid in that.
that jump, yeah, it looked solid enough. Alexei, you could see him grimacing at this stage.
It's a hard part. It's probably the hardest part of the boulder.
Yeah, agreed. Keep you up to date. Stash is down on the mats. She's
It's looking quite good though.
not launching another attempt just yet.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, and that's the sound of several thousand viewers' shoulders popping simultaneously, trying to imagine doing that move.
Yes. we don't try this at home. We train our shoulders a lot in order to be able to do those things. So yeah, shoulder injuries are most common injury in the bouldering in the last years. We have Shana Coxey with a shoulder injury, coming back from shoulder injury. Rei Sugimoto as well, coming back from shoulder injury. Shoulder injuries are maybe as common as finger injuries, but maybe sometimes worse.
As we've discussed quite a lot between now and the semi-finals, it's really all body climbing now. There isn't, you don't see that many where it's just crimp, 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 crimp.
This is the
it's
old
a parkour style, and
this was
heavy on the shoulders.
This was the old style I was talking about, but also old style is really heavy on the shoulders. But it's good that we have old styles. Look at this first jump. The first jump is a jump to shoulders.
I think most people would just be so happy to get there, they'd probably fall off with excitement. That first move, it's an amazing first move, and as I say, it's quite a long way. There you go, that's how it's done, pretty textbook. Heading off to the right in the black volume. That's a minute to go, you might have heard the buzzer. And still, the lips on women's 4, proving extremely tough. Remember, of course, Kia Noguchi, Yanya Gamera and Shauna Coxey still to come.
So even if Keita tops this boulder, he would still be in the best case scenario in 4th position. And he tops it. Good job for him.
Does top it. Checks with the judges, they're happy, so is he.
20 seconds left on the clock. That puts him in 4th position. As for now.
And Sasha's pulling on. This is for the bonus, realistically. She won't get any further than that. No. So not today for Stasha, thanks to crowd.
I'm kind of really wanting her to be in a podium already. She's been in sort of few finals and she's for sure strong enough to make podium, and I really want her to make the podium already.
So women's 4 at this stage, proving extremely difficult. No bonuses, no tops. Contrast, in the men's competition, every single climber top men's 1. Every female climber top women's 3, so quite a spread of difficulties here. Here's Kia Noguchi, the latest to attempt the women's 4.
So
it is terrible, that
the
hold.
podium for the women is secured, I would say. We have Yannick Galbraith, Shana Coxey and Kia Noguchi on the podium.
We do.
The order is not set yet, but this is the podium.
And they're three climbers used to being on podiums. That's for sure.
Tikai Rada right here pulling on the wall.
Move right onto the black volume. That drop down move, super tough. Everyone stuck it. You could see when Alexei Rubtsov was climbing how much it took out of him.
Let's see about now.
Kaihirada heading for the top part of this boulder, which his compatriot has just flashed. Not flashed, sorry, topped. Sorry.
Topped. Yeah, it's
And
important. It's
Yeah,
important.
of course.
It's important. See.
It's the most awkward. Oh, it's kind of a knee bar, but he's using his left knee to make the knee bar a bit narrower.
So the men podium is also secured. It's gonna be Yongwon Chon, Tamar Narasaki, and Alexei Rubtsov. Most probably in this exact order, but we don't know. We don't know. Let's see what happens.
Here we go across the top of your screen for the results. I know, in the middle of your screen, there we go. Yanya Garnbrett, 3 tops. Shauna Coxey and Akina Noguchi with 2 each, and then Anastura Alana Yip, Stasha Geho. So 4th, 5th and 6th place decided. The podium also decided, but not the order. Jongwon Chon leads away in the men's. Alexei Rubtsov and Tomoe Narasaki follow him, followed by Keita Watabe, Kai Harada and Manuel Cornu.
Keita will be second in the IFSC World Cup ranking of this year to this point, which is amazing achievement as he is new in the top spot. It was the first final in Maring and second final in this. Kind of like Tomoe last year, I would say, just popping up from nowhere. He was also second in the Japanese nationals after Kokoro, so pretty strong guy. And Akio Saka, the hard move with this boulder,
Yes,
got the bonus.
She's got the bonus already. Can she get the top? Only 2 holds to go. That's a long way on this boulder.
Not a lot of time left.
40 seconds. You think this might be it for Akio?
She gets
Time-wise.
Let's see if she can
Heading
get the
left
last
of it.
hold. And she
She
gets
can.
it.
We'll let you know when we have a score and the confirmed number of attempts. The Chinese internet does mean that updating scores is not always as fast as it might be. We're checking apps, we're checking laptops, trying to confirm the attempts for you. It's just the 1 top so far on men's 3. It's for Keita.
1.5, I would say. Alexei did top it. It's just not in the scoring, but he did top it over. Either way, she did more than 2 attempts on this boulder. That means that Yana Gabret's still in the lead. That Yana Gabret. Shauna got 4 tries to do this boulder, in the case that Yanya will not do it.
There we go, Shauna Coxey attempts crucial.
She takes it with ease. So elegant, so effortless. She's levitated.
Yes, she's different, but has some similarities to James Kidham, as in it just looks quite easy when Shauna climbs.
It does. So Tomoe is going for the bonus.
And Shauna Coxey's going for the lead. You see her lining it up.
And Shauna gets it.
She gets it.
Nice one.
Pressure is on Yanya Garnbrett. Shauna Coxey will move into first place with that. Tomoe, meanwhile, just lining himself up here.
He's lining him for the jump. He's probably gonna. Oh no, he's not gonna jump it. Whoa! Tomoe secures his at least second place finish here. If the case that Yongwon Chon will not top this boulder.
So Shauna and Tomoe are applying real pressure to their rivals.
The only way that Yanya and Yongwon will win is that if they do those boulders. The number of attempts is not crucial at all. They can spend as many attempts as they want. For sure they don't want to spend as much as attempts because they will get tired. But they can do it. They need to do it. They know, and they know they need to do it because the time is just finished after 2 minutes, and they're going out. That means they know they're counting all the tries in the isolation. Come on, guys. I have sweaty hands actually.
Me too.
It's nice. It's a great final. I find this final really good.
Yeah, it was great. I was blaming the humidity and the heat earlier, but now it's just the tension. I wonder if these two know exactly what's needed.
They know. They know. I can assure you they know.
I'm pretty sure they do. Pretty sure they do. Just both had the lead taken away from them. Can they get it back? Just have to do it. Just. Just let you know, by the way, Akira Noguchi took 8 attempts on women's 4.
It's a hard jump.
It is a hard jump. It makes you realise, obviously not taking that much out of them physically. Let's keep an eye on Jongwon Chon on the right.
Yang Wong is doing great progress to the bonus, and he gets to the tricky part. Let's see if he can understand what to do. Yang Wong getting the volume, is getting the position. Let's see if he can get it. And he gets it.
He gets the top, he gets the
Match
win.
it. Match, please match. Okay, we didn't want to have another Manu Karnu.
Oh, I was just worried Jongwon was going to drop it then. He wins. Jongwon Chon.
A really deserved win. This guy is incredible. I was training with him for a while, and this guy can't hold everything.
That's a clean sweep. No.
What? No way. They didn't count the top. But I would appeal on that. Where is this coach?
High drama in Chongqing.
Oh, apparently they didn't count the top, but he did match the hold.
Hopefully we'll have a judge or a technical delegate, Graham Alderson, over to let us know. Meanwhile, Janja Garnbret
secures the win.
She does secure the win.
She also jumped fast. I wonder if... No, she will climb. She will not. Janja will not climb again. At least she will not climb again. I don't understand it. Jongwon just did the boulder. He did.
We'll see.
He rests. He rests with no hands. Okay, he's spinning. He knows what he needs to do.
I mean,
hopefully we'll keep calm and do it.
I don't want to tell Jongwon Chon how to climb, but we've seen this before. Just get the top. He might be getting it again here.
He gets it again.
No problem.
No, match it again, please. Okay.
I think just making a point there. One arm pull-up would finish the job. Yeah, I think he's just making a point to the judges. Don't worry, I can top this.
I think he also knew that he can top it again. And he just, okay, no problem, well, just do it. Jongwon Chon and Janja Garnbret are the winners. It's great.
Janja Garnbret in the elite club of people to have won a World Cup in both lead and boulder.
Yes, true. It's first boulder victory, actually.
It is, yep. She's had podiums before, but never a win. And we'll confirm the results as they come in. Poor old Jongwon Chon, very, very relieved he got that second time, because you don't want World Cups to end in that sort of
I think he was pretty confident about it. He knew he can get it.
Yeah.
He was...
So as the time ticks down, we've had a superb final here in Chongqing. Route setters did a wonderful job in the semis. Qualifiers were excellent as well, and they've surpassed themselves in the final. Reini Fichtinger and his team.
Great end for the final as well. Great end. I mean, the first boulder was maybe a bit easy for the men and maybe a bit hard for the women, but they did set the standard high for Janja. I mean, Janja won because of the first boulder. First boulder for the men didn't change a lot, but still was good boulder. I think they knew it's going to be in the sun, so they took it in their minds, and they made it a bit easier. I think it was the right choice. It's better to have a lot of tops than no tops at all.
Absolutely, yeah. And there you see it, Janja Garnbret. She joins the most elite of clubs. She's won a Boulder World Cup and multiple lead World Cups. Below her, Shauna Coxey, second place. Second place, not the position she's used to being in. Nakia Noguchi is third. Anastora, Lana Yip and Stasha Geo all topped boulder 3. No joy in any others apart from bonuses on the first 2. They have to settle for 4th, 5th and 6th respectively. We're just waiting for the men's results, just to be confirmed. I hope there are no technical appeals.
I don't think after this Young Wong's top the second time there'll be any appeals. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's a good,
fantastic final. So we just had a quick chat with Graham Alderson, our technical delegate here, and he's just confirmed about Jongwon Chon. The finishing hole is actually the very top hole. It's not the green volume itself. It looks from where the tape is as if it's the volume. It's actually the very top hole. So Jongwon, by pinching the volume like this, did not claim an official top. Actually, Tomoe Narasaki did exactly the same thing, and he was awarded a top, as it turns out, incorrectly, but because it won't affect the result, Tomoe has declined to climb again. So there you have it. Jongwon Chon is the winner, and we'll have a look at the replay of him on his first top, I believe, his first non-top. So we see here, the tape, unfortunately, is just on the wrong side for our camera, and we can't quite pick up, but actually that's not the top hold. The volume is not the top hold. It is the bolt on top. Controversial stuff, but a fantastic final.
Yeah, fantastic final for sure. I enjoyed it. I hope everyone enjoyed it at home as well.
And there we can see the results. So Jongwon Chon, he does take 4th. Tomoe Narasaki, he does not get that top on number 4, but he still holds on to 2nd place, just about on count back to the semi-final. We see he's tied on score with the legs he rubs off. Keita Watabe, Kai Harada and Manuel Kornu make up the top 6. So a fantastic start to our Asian tour. Can Nanjing live up to that? We will find out in just 1 week's time. We'll see you there.